Good morning. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for watching. I like to think it's Gourd TV, all things Gourd. Today is going to be more of a tool talk, and I'm going to turn you around to show you what I'm talking about. So here we go. Today we're talking about why to hang your tools. This is my little setup. I've got two of these not terribly expensive tool hangers. I can leave links to those below. My heat gun is here, my Dremel is there, and I'll tell you some reasons for hanging your tools. One of the reasons is that, and I've learned this the hard way, I'm guilty, I actually did this with the heat gun where mine is, because I like to binge watch Netflix while I'm working on gourds, when I'm wood burning, or even when I'm working with louder tools, I'll wear headphones that I can plug into. And I'll show you, these are great. These are by Peltor. These are headphones that I have a wire and I can hook into my computer and I can actually listen to my show while I'm working. But aside that, this tool talk is about why to hang your tool. And so why my heat gun always is hung is because that gets it out of my reach. It gets it out of this level and kind of up above me a bit, so then I'm aware of it. The heat gun, I would think, is one of the more dangerous of your crafting tools, because if it touches your skin, it will leave a horrible burn. And I've never done that, but it just makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up to think what would happen. I will tell you that one time I had mine hanging too close to my old computer monitor and actually burnt a little corner of the monitor, which didn't hurt it, but just reminds me why you want that tool so far away from you. The other thing with the heat gun is you don't want to store them with the motor up and the flange down. You wouldn't want to set it somewhere like that, because that would allow the heat to just sit up in that motor. I've read on the instruction manual that you want to either have it horizontal or the back of it's flat, so you can set it like that so that the heat rises up out of it. I don't know why heat would hurt the motor of a heat gun, but that's what the manual said, and I tend to read the manuals to make sure that I can get the most out of my tools, get the most longevity. Hanging a heat gun just makes sure that it's not going to touch anything that you're working on, which is really important, because you don't want to melt plastic in something else around you accidentally or melt your skin. Now, for the Dremel, the reasons to hang the Dremel, and you have to tell me if you think of any more, but the main reasons for hanging the Dremel are, number one, it allows that motor to be up with air circulating all the way around it. The other is because they do have a hook on them, I feel like the motor maybe will operate better over a long period of time if it's hung rather than if it's laying down. And here's some of the things that can happen if it's laying down. If it's lying down, you could have a lot of vibration. That's bad for the motor, even though motors create a lot of vibration. Could be bad for the motor. The other thing is your work surface. If your work surface isn't crazy stable, then that vibration, if you're working on something very fine, say some wood burning or anything that's takes a lot of precision, that vibration from your Dremel or your rotary tool could actually cause your work to look a little bit sloppy, and that would be terrible. The other thing is that flex shaft. I like a flex shaft because I like to be able to get away from the tool and to get away from that vibration and only hold this end bit. What you'll find is that if there's a kink or a severe bend in that flex shaft, you'll have a lot of vibration here at the end of your rotor tool extension. Also, it's not good for the flex shaft to have that much of a bend. It needs to be more of a swoop like this. Hanging your Dremel up gets it to where you can have a very nice gentle curve on it. It, like I said, allows the air to get all the way around it, allows it to cool off, and it keeps it from vibrating itself. So these are all some tips. And how do you hang it? I've seen all different ways to hang it. I've seen people have like a long hanger sticking out from their wall and they hang things on that. I do use these. They're actually made for small tools. I also know a lot of nurses and people who work in the medical field who will use an IV drip stand. The funny part is that sometimes when we get together for gourd retreats, some of these people will bring the entire IV stand, and I'm talking it's the one that sits on the floor and goes all the way up and then has the extension out. And I just think it's the coolest thing ever for someone to reduce, reuse, recycle, repurpose something of that nature that maybe the quality wasn't good enough for the medical use anymore, but it's just fine for hanging your tool. If you can think of any more reasons for hanging your tools, please please let me know. I'll leave links below to the items that I mentioned, and I would encourage you to hang your tools. Another really good reason I didn't mention is it frees up the space on your desk. Nobody needs the rotary tool and a heat gun sitting in your way. If you think of any other really great reasons for hanging your tools, let me know below. I'll leave links. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see what the next tool talk is going to be about. Thanks for watching. Bye.